Making money on gold and silver might seem like an alien concept for some who just want to put it in a vault and forget about it for 30 or 40 years. But for a lot of people, actually having a return on the investment that you hold is a pretty key principle for gold and silver ownership. And whether it's a large gold coin or a small silver, there are plenty of ways to look to get that money out of the investments that you make. So today I want to examine some of the different principles and see whether or not it's actually practical to make money on gold and silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. Now today I want to talk about making money on gold and silver, whether it's for that long term, holding it and wait for that spot price to go up tactic, or maybe a more short term flipping mechanism by which you can bring in some extra cash. Making money on gold and silver I think is quite important. Now there is a contingent of silver stackers out there that don't care about that and want to just hoard and hold all of their gold and silver, take it out of the monetary system, and that's absolutely fine. That's a completely different tactic, and I don't disparage anybody that wants to do that. But for the vast majority of people who look to get into gold and silver for the first time, or are already in it, making money on this stuff is one of the key principles of it. Otherwise, what's the point? Unfortunately, whether you like it or not, money is what makes the world go round, and having more of it makes life easier, quite frankly. You can pay your bills more easily, you can buy more things with the money. So for silver and gold, it can be a good mechanism to increase how much money you actually have. And it's a great bit of a silver lining type investment if you are going to look to do it in a hobby style way or in a business style way to make extra cash. So I want to share some of my tips, hints and tricks about making money with gold and silver. The two different contingent methods there of either holding for a very long time or doing some hard work to actually make some returns on this stuff. There are two camps that we will be examining here today. And I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions as we go throughout the video. So comment down below, hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying our little ramble. And if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying the video, there's a good chance you'll like some of the videos that we have made and will make in the future as well. So, making money on gold and silver, two camps, as I said at the start of the video. Let's examine the first there, where we're just going to hold it. We're just going to buy it and hold it. Now, that's absolutely fine. And a lot of the gold that I have, for example, that is the exact method by which we will be making money on gold and silver. And that's doubly compounded because, quite frankly, when you hold gold for a long time, you're going to be benefiting from that inflation protection, from that value of currency, from that buying power preservation. I've harped on about that time and time again, about that long term. But for me, as a investor in gold, if you can call me that, as a stacker of gold, the long term potential here is to make money, is to take that money that I have right now and preserve it, yes, but ultimately, hopefully, it would be nice to have some actual tangible returns at the other end. Now, to do that is going to be a little less difficult than perhaps silver because gold has this lower margin swing. And what I mean by that is that you buy it closer to spot and you can sell it closer to spot. When you're buying big lumps of silver at big premiums, that makes life a little bit more tricky, getting money out at the other end. So in terms of this slow and steady approach, perhaps gold is the way forward for a lot of people. And I know from my perspective that silver really just doesn't do it over that long term. So silver turns into this more short-term mechanism by which you can make money. Now, a lot of people say, well, making money with precious metals is pretty pointless because the whole reason you buy it is to take money out of the system because money is going to inflate away and, it's going to be useless. Well, if you are like me and you have a gold stack, something that's kind of a long-term hedge that you want to have. And you've also got silver along the way, which let's not ignore silver completely. Just because it's a little bit harder and has a little bit higher of a premium, there are easy ways around that you can still cash in and make money on silver over a short period of time. Let's not ignore that because it can be, in fact, much more profitable than gold. That's the whole point of silver. It's more volatile, it has more ups and it has more downs. So, making money on silver over a short term is kind of camp number two. You can do it with gold. There's an argument definitely to be had for making money in the same way as gold by short-term holds and flips. You're a little bit more beholden to the spot price, but if you're in a stable area of spot price, if you can buy your gold in at spot somehow. There are social media posts and profiles. If perhaps you're a fledgling coin dealer and you've got adverts out there, people might come to you and you can offer them spot for it. You can sell it for 2 or 3% over and make a bit of a margin. 2% on a £1,500 coin, it's a decent little bit of cash. However, there's a lot of risk in that. Silver, on the other hand, has this easier entry-level point. Of course, buying little coins of silver or smaller bars of silver is less burdensome on those finances. But it requires work, and that's one of the key messages that I think a lot of people forget about gold and silver. If you're stacking physically, it is a lifestyle choice, to say the least. Certainly if you're going to be looking to sell this stuff and make profit on it. It is easy just to put it in a vault and lock it away, but a lot of people can't do that, don't have the luxury for that. Perhaps they're saving up to buy a house, or perhaps it's for college tuition fees, or whatever it might be, that unexpected bill payment down the road. It's required at some point to be sold, and that requires work if you want to get the best returns. And I've talked about exit strategies on my channel many a time. And I think it is one of the most important things that anybody can do when looking to buy silver. Certainly silver over gold, I would say. Gold is much more flexible, much more easily achieved when it comes to getting your money out at the other end. But silver does require work. Now, from my own personal experiences, I don't feel that work is insurmountable. And I've done, in fact, videos. One of my most popular videos is why I think everybody should start selling a little bit of silver and gold pretty much from day one of buying this stuff. Test the markets, test the waters, see how you can get your cash out of the system that you've locked it into, this silver and gold system that you're in. It's so important, and you'll be really quite surprised how much more money you'll get for this stuff than going to a dealer. You've got to remember that dealers are there to make money, and they are doing exactly what you could be doing, and that is the key principle here. So making money on gold and silver as a small hobby, as a way to increase the amount of cash that you have, perhaps even to spend more money on gold and silver. I know that for myself, a lot of the kind of investment coins that I buy, so if I buy like these, the new Seymour Panthers, the Lion of England, the Tudor Beast series, and these completer coins, the goal here with these is over the course of the next 5 to 10 years is to sell them at the opportune moment, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about that. If you are looking to sell your coins to make a profit, that money for me is going to be the money that I use to buy more gold, to convert that silver into gold, because I honestly feel gold is that much better long-term hold. Now, there are a lot of different arguments to be had that silver will outperform gold in terms of returns. But again, it's about this long-term potential on gold that I feel is better than silver. That hold for a longer time, I think, is going to be safer for a lot of people, certainly for my situation. And silver, whilst a great metal and we all love it, it can be quite the liability. So from my perspective, in terms of selling, I think it is a really important way for a lot of people to learn markets. And if you are looking to get into it, I've got a few hints and tricks and tips for you here. Research, learn more and more about the coin selling. If you are looking to just have a little bit of a poured silver business, ask people, just go and ask, what is it like to actually do this? How do you do this? How do you break into a market? If you're looking to sell coins, look at the different markets that you can sell on: Facebook Marketplace, eBay, forums, even here on YouTube, auctions, things like that. There are plenty of different ways that people go by making money on their gold and silver, and it is possible. All you've got to do is just look at the countless number of hobby businesses that are out there pouring silver right now. I was inspired by others that were doing it, and I've built this incredibly cool little business that is really fun and sustainable for me, and it makes my life so happy to be able to be creative, to do something different, not stuck behind a desk. And if you can get to that point in your life, creating bits of, poured silver, or just making a little bit of money on the side to add to your stack, that's great. But not only will you be doing yourself a good service in terms of the short term, you'll be protecting yourself in the long term. If you've got this stuff, if I needed to right now sell everything I've got on the table here, if I wanted to get slightly above what dealers would offer, I could offer all of this stuff out and it would go. I know it would go. I've done it before. I've had countless coins come in that I've sold on behalf of other people, and I put them up here. on YouTube or on Facebook or on Instagram. I said Facebook, I'm not actually on Facebook. I don't know quite why I said that. Bit of a brain malfunction, but you know my point. They go, and they go real quick. If you've got that following, if you've got that market, if you've got something that other people can't give you, that service, then you're in. And that's what's, I think, the most important thing. Now, if you are in that other camp of never wanting to sell your gold and silver, that's absolutely fine too. I'm not saying that along the route of any stacking journey you have to sell silver and gold along the way, otherwise, you know, what's the point? It's down to everybody's individual circumstances, and for some people just buying a lump of silver and putting it in a vault and not worrying about it for 40 years is fine, and that's absolutely perfect. But you've got to be safe about the way that you do that in terms of your finances. A lot of people will get carried away with this stuff. It's very addictive. Silver is, I think, one of the real sort of addiction metals. You've got this sort of phrase of the, what's the phrase? The green-eyed envy monster, I think it is, that gold has always had this allure, and for centuries, thousands of years, millennia, the human race has fought over it, has lusted over it, this gold fever, this dragon's fever that they call it, the treasure fever. You know, it's a real thing, and you can see it. From me as an individual, when I bought my first batch of silver, it was about 35, I think 40 maybe ounces worth of silver. I was addicted straight away. I knew it. As soon as I got the coins and I picked up the first one and I felt that density, oh, I was there. And then the first gold coin that I bought, even more so. I just got that Scrooge McDuck moment and I had to have more. It can be dangerous. But along the way, there are definitely avenues by which you can help to protect yourself from that long-term liability of owning this stuff, but also make some money along the way and perhaps even change your life. You'll be surprised. And certainly from my perspective, you know, as somebody in their middle age, younger middle age, maybe one might say, with rising ages now, I like to think that a lot of what I've got right now, whether it ends up being all gold or whether I still have silver by the time I hit that retirement age, I'm building this mentality, this way of life that by which at that point perhaps all I'll do is sell coins on a small scale, and that would be my lot, and I'll enjoy it. It's different, it's cool. If somebody had said to me 10 years ago, you'll be spending the vast majority of your working week packaging up orders, putting boxes together and going to the post office, I'd be like, nah, really? But it's so fulfilling and it's so exciting and it's wonderful. So that's just my thoughts and opinions on this subject. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. If you've enjoyed some of our poured silver and want to support our channel, then go and check out our website. This pretty cool hemisphere is listed on the website. It's at the laser hall marking here. It's a pretty cool piece. It's something I've been playing with, and I am going to be trying to make a full kilo sphere of this at some point, which would be pretty exciting. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Don't feel like you need to buy any of our poured silver to support our channel. If you have just watched this video, then that alone is support enough. Thank you everyone again for all of your time. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.